everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Bear, a great day. Here we are back inside the office. It's been a while since we've done one of these studio type episodes, but I really do enjoy them. They're a ton of fun. You get a good idea of what it's like behind the scenes when it comes to shooting and editing all these videos. I'm definitely a camera geek, so it's always fun to try to show everybody what it's like on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to filming. But today, the topic of this video is, yes, the title is correct. Yes, the thumbnail, everything. It's Z06. And there's so much to go over with the Z06. I know so many of you cannot wait. The wait's getting harder and harder, right? And if you look back on it, Chevrolet officially launched their teaser, Crank It Up, wasn't it, of the new Z06 almost a year ago from today. It's coming on summer, and they launched the teaser campaign announcing the vehicle of summer of last year. I can't believe how fast time is just flying by. Can you? Honestly, it's just been like a snap. It's been instant for me. And wow, a year's gone by almost, and the car is still not even on the streets? What's going on? That's the #1 question, isn't it, regarding everything online about this vehicle. The wait has been crazy. I didn't really think that it would take 3 years, almost 4 years down the line from when the original C8 Stingray came out that we'd finally be getting the Z06. Because if you look at the C7 Corvette, the Z06 came out pretty soon after the standard Stingray. I think it was like 1 year later, maybe 2. But for the Z06, it's been a long time. You gotta realize why. There's just been so many things going on across the world that have been making a huge impact on our everyday lives. It's not even over yet because we're seeing more and more delays with the Corvette production right now in Kentucky. It seems like every other month or every couple of weeks, there's a Corvette shutdown of some sort, and owners are losing allocations, or their car is just being delayed weeks and weeks at a time. It's very unfortunate. It's not just hitting and impacting the production of vehicles, each unit one by one, but it's also affecting options. I know a lot of my friends, they wanted to get a certain option on their Corvette and ended up they're not available because of supply constraints and the company, Chevrolet, not being able to source these individual components from manufacturers. It's a huge bubble of all these companies working together to build these vehicles. And I think Chevrolet said that they have like right around 600 suppliers for the C8 Corvette when it comes to production. Now imagine the logistics and all the, well, just behind the scenes that happens in order to effectively get all these parts built exactly to the high quality standards that the Corvette brand, needs. It's gotta be tough because you have to imagine all these suppliers are essentially like an independent variable. One day they could just shut down shop. You never know what can happen. And we've seen it before with some of the options with the Corvette. That being, I remember that the carbon fiber ground effects package, which is essentially like a carbon fiber front splitter and side skirts upgrade, it was like $5,000 or so. It ended up being taken out of the option list because the supplier went out of business, I believe. Well, they weren't able to get them anymore. And then the Corvettes coming out after that, they had to remove them on individual orders that customers have plugged in because the supplier was unable to fulfill the orders. It didn't just happen to the ground effects package, it also happened to the high wing spoiler, which is that upgraded spoiler that you see on C8 Stingrays. That option was pulled out because, again, the supplier was unable to supply, and I think they went out of business. Imagine all these different independent suppliers for the Z06. Well, now you've got not only a mid-engine Corvette, but you've got an exotic level, essentially mid-engine Corvette with a flat plane crank, carbon fiber wheels that are made in Australia, Cup 2R tires. These aren't ordinary Cup 2s. These are Cup 2Rs, which are extremely sticky tires. They're like a whole different level above Cup 2s. All of these extra upgrades, I guess you can say, that make the Z06 so special, they're pretty bespoke. And you can't just have any supplier build these for you. You have to find the right ones that are to the high enough standards of quality. And what happens if one of these suppliers goes out of business tomorrow, or they're unable to actually fulfill orders? What happens to the entire build cycle for these vehicles? Well, it gets delayed. It gets postponed more and more and more until they can get all these parts. Now consider this. Let's say one of these suppliers was unable to build a carbon fiber rear spoiler for the Z06, or let's say another component on the vehicle, like the carbon fiber steering wheel accessories. Chevrolet could be out there having different suppliers bid for that individual component to build. They can have a price that they're looking for, and one of these companies is not able to fulfill that goal for the price, and Chevrolet is shopping around to try to get the best deals possible to buy these components in bulk. That could be an issue right there as to why pricing isn't out yet, because they're trying to nail down the pricing when it comes to their suppliers to find the best and most affordable options out there that can get the job done. What if Chevrolet is waiting a little bit longer down the line for them to retool the production line and have enough supply so that they can build these vehicles with no more delays hitting us customers? Because it's never a fun experience having to hear from the dealership that, oh, hey, your order, you can't have this upgrade Z07 package that you want because, well, they don't have enough parts. So you got to either wait a year or change it. You're not able to get the exact spec that you want. Chevrolet doesn't want customers to experience that. I think they're trying to get enough parts right now to have production start smoothly. They could be in the market right now for suppliers that they can rely on to get products for them built and be at an affordable price. It would explain a lot, because why else would pricing not be announced yet? Let's say they have all these components just right now waiting, sitting there at their factory, or they have shipments coming in. What else could be the reason as to why they don't have pricing out yet? Unless they're trying to nail down and dial in a certain price set goals for each individual piece of the puzzle to build this vehicle. Another thing to consider is that Chevrolet right now is doing tons of research, looking at the market trends, also the economies of scale for these cars, trying to figure out whether they want to have a low starting price C8 Z06 where they don't make that much money off of it, but then they make a majority of their cash off a maxed out loaded one. That's my opinion of how they're gonna do it, because it's what makes these cars such amazing bang for your bucks. Since they're able to build so many at a time with mass production, the bulk production, they're able to sell them at lower cost, but make more over time. And if they follow the same trends as exotic manufacturers like McLaren, Lamborghini, Ferrari, those manufacturers can make tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars on each individual car based off carbon fiber alone. Chevrolet is probably looking at this and going, okay, well, full carbon fiber interior, full carbon fiber exterior panels with like the spoiler and the front splitter and the side skirts. Hey, we can make a lot of money off these upgrades. We can have a really mind-blowingly low starting price for the performance that we give you, but then we'll make our money back over time. Hey, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Could that be what Chevrolet is doing right now? In my opinion, that sounds about right. They're gonna have a pretty amazing starting price. They'll make much more of their money back on the options, and they're currently trying to nail down prices with different suppliers. And I would argue, almost guarantee, that some of these suppliers have gone out of business or their deals have fallen through, where Chevrolet is trying to source new ones. It would make sense, but I really would love to hear what all you have to say in the comment section down below. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, it really helps me out, and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. I would summarize this video as to just hang in there. I think this car will be coming out, when it comes to the ordering side of things, within the next month or two. That's my guess, because it would line up pretty well with when my C8R was built and delivered. I got the car, I think, around mid to late September, somewhere around there, and they retooled for production by the end of July, I believe, whereas production was starting in like August. It would make sense, in my opinion, for the Z06s to start by then, and we can plug in our orders sometime this summer. There's so many things Chevrolet has to do. They have to analyze the economies of scale with mass production. They have to realize how much we're willing to pay and make a strategic decision based off of that. I really do enjoy hearing what all of you have to say, so please let us know. And if you're on the inside, Hey, spill some news maybe, I don't know. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see all of you in the next one.